Hi everyone, I'm Dr. McKinney. I'm excited to be your instructor for this course in zoo conservation at West Liberty University. A little bit about me, just a little background. Um, I got my PhD in 2016 in entomology at West Virginia University, and I have since taught at a number of institutions. I taught at WVU briefly um, when I was wrapping up as a TA in grad school, and then I taught at Davis and Elkins College. I did a brief postdoc, then went to Alderson Broaddus for 5 years, taught there. Alderson Broaddus closed, and I taught for a semester at West Virginia University Institute of Technology down in Beckley, and then finally I ended up last January here at West Liberty. So I've been to a lot of different places, and I've been teaching for around a decade at this point. Other than that, I live here in West Liberty with my wife. We have 8 rescue cats, which is a ridiculous amount of cats, but they're awesome animals. We really love them. They're kind of like our fluffy children. And yeah, that's me. That's me. So the way this class works is maybe different from a class that you've taken previously. If you took the ornithology, the zoo ornithology course online, this course is very, very different from that. That course met asynchronously. That course, you really never saw my face in that course because all the material's already been created before I came here. This is totally different. We will meet synchronously in this course once a week for about 3 hours. And sometimes we might go under that. It really depends on a lot on you guys and your willingness to partake in the discussion, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, the actual content is all we're going to read a bunch. We're reading 3 books, and there will be, I know for sure, some other supplemental readings along the way as well. So prepare to sit down and read a lot. If you don't like reading, it's time to embrace it. Yeah, those 3 books are A Wilder Kingdom, The Ark and Beyond, The Evolution of Zoo and Aquarium Conservation, and Zoos in the 21st Century, Catalysts for Conservation. And then there are a couple other books on my short list of books I would like to try out in this class. I might at some point extract a chapter from one of those and throw it up for us to take a look at and see how that works. This is my first time teaching this course, and my first time teaching something this style in an online manner. So at some point, if we find out that it's not working the way we want, I might alter things a little bit to make the class work better. But really what this class requires is you all to read, take notes, and be prepared every Monday night to log in and discuss what we were talking about. I will have some slides and lecture material on our Zooms, but that won't be the focus of those meetings. You know, in a 3-hour block, maybe I'm like lecturing for an hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. It just depends on the night. But a significant portion of that time is there so that we can talk about what we read and get different perspectives, right? There's I think 5 of you in here now in this course, and you're all coming from different backgrounds. You're going to have different perspectives to bring to the table, and hopefully that can give us all a more well-developed philosophy regarding conservation practices, and particularly conservation practices in zoos. So that's the big plan for this course. There will be 2 big assignments, 2 large research papers. I will be posting next week the details of those so you can get the first one started. Those are going to be long papers. So I'm thinking about 25 pages is where that's going to end up. They're going to be a significant amount of work, but they replace tests. So there are no tests in this class, just 2 big papers. And then your other grade comes from doing your discussion posts every week. The discussion posts are going to typically be posts where you're talking about a small little portion of what we're going to be talking about on the following Monday. So this week, the discussion post is just the introduction, but after this week, they'll get a little more involved, and they'll require you to have done some of the reading to respond. That's it. That's all your points. Your points come from 2 major research papers and your discussion posts every week. Your discussion posts make up about 50% of the points. Or I'm sorry, not 50%, about 33% of the points, give or take. So make sure you do them because they're a significant part of the grade. That means if you didn't do any discussions, but you aced both papers, you'd get a C, which you don't want. And that would mean you had to ace the paper, which might be difficult to do. So the discussion posts are a really easy way to keep your grade up, actually. For the discussion posts, I expect thorough, well thought out answers. You don't have to write a book, but you do need to write with some amount of substance. Show that you have thought about whatever the topic is that week, and that you have something to say about it. You must also respond to 2 of your classmates, minimum. So the discussion posts, I think right now, the way I have it set up, because we're kind of starting on Wednesday, is that you've got till Friday. I think I gave till Friday night. I think Friday night to respond to make your initial post. And then you have 2 more days to go into everyone else's posts and respond to them. You must respond to at least 2 of your classmates to get full credit for that week. Even if you write the best discussion post in the world, if you do not respond to 2 classmates, I will not give you full points for the assignment. So please do that. Other than that, let's see. Late work, don't turn your stuff in late. I'll take stuff up to a day after if something's going on and you're a day late. It's not too big of a deal. I'll probably knock 10% off, which isn't a big deal with a discussion post. That's not very many points at all. It's a little bit bigger of a deal with the big assignments. If you have a significant real life emergency, right, or work, something's going on at work with your zoo you work at or whatever, I will work with you to make sure that everything will be okay, right? Like if there's an emergency, I'll work with you and it won't be a big deal. But if you're just not doing the work, that is a different issue. So make sure you do what you have to do and get your work in on time. It's very important. I don't think I should have to say this, but with the advent of AI, you cannot use AI in this class at all for any reason. I am not looking for any form of artificial intelligence. I'm looking for your actual real intelligence. Any use of AI will result in failure. Period. End of story. And as far as attendance, I may have already mentioned this, but please be there every Monday evening, barring emergencies and things like that. I don't take attendance. You don't get points for attendance. It's just the expectation in a graduate level class, or really in any class in academia. Like, you should be there. And this is discussion based, so losing one of you from a discussion based class is actually, it's not good. It's going to make the discussion is going to be weaker because we don't have your thoughts, opinions, and ideas on whatever we're talking about. So this video has already gone a little longer, actually about 4 minutes longer than I wanted it to, so I'm going to stop it there and post this. I'm really looking forward to having our first lecture next Monday evening, and if you have any questions, reach out to me.